Hello, and a warm welcome back to our circle of reflection. It's good to share this time with you. Today, we venture into territory that's often shrouded in stereotypes or simply not discussed openly. The actual, lived experience of being over 70. We hear generalized notions about the golden years. Perhaps images of peaceful retirement, constant leisure, or conversely, assumptions about inevitable decline and disengagement. But, like any stage of life, the reality is far more complex, textured, and nuanced than these broad strokes suggest. We're going to gently pull back the curtain on some of the hidden truths, not secrets in a dramatic sense, but rather those aspects of daily living, perception, and feeling that might surprise those who haven't yet reached this milestone, or perhaps even resonate deeply with those who have. These are insights born from navigating the seventh decade and beyond, offered not as complaints, but as honest observations shared with the warmth of understanding. Think of it as adding color and depth to the often simplified picture of later life. Let's begin with something fundamental that subtly but profoundly shifts our very experience of time itself. Hidden truth 1. The curious recalibration of time. It's a strange paradox frequently mentioned by those in their later decades. Time seems to both accelerate and decelerate simultaneously. On the one hand, the years can feel like they are flying by at an ever-increasing speed. Decades compress in memory, seasons seem to turn more quickly, and milestones like birthdays or anniversaries arrive with surprising rapidity. There's often a sense of where did the time go? A feeling, perhaps, less pronounced in the seemingly boundless expanse of youth. This acceleration can sometimes bring a touch of melancholy or urgency. Yet, concurrently, there's often a deepening appreciation for the present moment, an ability to savor individual days, or even hours, with an intensity that might have been absent before. With fewer demanding schedules or the relentless pressure to achieve the next thing, there can be more space to simply be within the unfolding. Now, a quiet morning, a conversation with a friend, watching the sunset, these moments can feel richer, more resonant, precisely because the awareness of time's finite nature sharpens. This isn't necessarily a morbid preoccupation, but rather a clear-eyed recognition that time remaining is a precious, non-renewable resource. This awareness subtly recalibrates priorities. Things that once seemed urgent might fade in importance, while simple acts of connection, moments of beauty, or experiences that bring genuine joy rise to the forefront. There's less tolerance for wasting time on trivialities, unnecessary drama, or things that don't align with deeply held values. This dual experience, time flashing by while individual moments gain weight, is a complex, emotional landscape that shapes daily life in ways hard to grasp from the outside. It fosters both a poignant awareness of mortality and a potentially profound appreciation for the gift of today. From the internal perception of time, let's turn to the constant, undeniable reality of our physical selves. Hidden truth 2. The ever-present awareness of the body. Much is said about the physical declines of aging. The wrinkles, the gray hair, the potential for illness or reduced mobility. And yes, physical changes are real and undeniable, but a hidden truth often less discussed is the sheer, persistent physicality of being older. The constant awareness of the body and the conscious effort required to navigate the physical world in ways that were once entirely effortless. It's not always about major illness. It's often about the accumulation of smaller things. It's the stiffness in the morning that requires a few extra minutes to work out. It's the need to consciously think about balance when reaching for something on a high shelf or stepping off a curb. It's the calculation involved in planning an outing, considering energy levels, Accessibility, restroom availability, the need for rest periods. It's the fact that tasks previously done automatically, opening a stubborn jar, carrying heavy groceries, getting up from a low chair, now might require specific strategies, more effort, or even assistance. This isn't necessarily complaining. It's acknowledging a fundamental shift in one's relationship with their physical self. The body isn't just a vehicle carrying the mind around anymore. It's an entity that requires constant negotiation, management, and attention. There's often a quiet, internal monologue related to physical capacity happening throughout the day. This persistent physicality demands adaptation. One learns workarounds, finds new ways to accomplish tasks, accepts certain limitations while celebrating remaining capabilities. It fosters patience, often hard-won, and requires a certain humility. It also underlines the immense value of preventative health habits. Maintaining strength, flexibility, and balance isn't just about staying healthy in an abstract sense. It directly translates into the ability to perform daily tasks and maintain independence. This constant negotiation with the physical self is a significant, often invisible, part of the daily experience after This leads naturally to thinking about how we interact with the world outside ourselves. Hidden Truth 3. Navigating Shifting Social Landscapes. Introduction. Just as our internal experience of time and body changes, so too does our interaction with the social world, often in ways that are gradual but deeply felt. The assumptions we might have had about our social circles or roles in earlier life often require significant adjustment. The assumptions we might have had about our social circles or roles in earlier life often require significant adjustment. One sometimes surprising aspect is dealing with a sense of invisibility or being overlooked. In a culture often obsessed with youth and productivity, older adults can sometimes feel like their opinions aren't valued as much. Their experiences aren't considered relevant, or they are simply not seen in the same way they once were. This isn't always intentional malice from others, but rather a societal blind spot that can still feel invalidating. Simultaneously, family roles often evolve in complex ways. Grandparenting can bring immense joy, but also comes with its own dynamics and need for navigating boundaries. Relationships with adult children change, sometimes requiring more support from them, which can be a difficult adjustment for someone used to being the primary provider or caregiver. Friendships also shift. Sadly, this stage of life inevitably involves experiencing the loss of peers, friends, partners, and family members. This cumulative grief is a profound reality, and rebuilding social networks or adjusting to the absence of lifelong companions takes emotional energy and resilience. Navigating these altered social dynamics, dealing with potential invisibility, while cherishing remaining connections and grieving losses, is a complex emotional task inherent to this life stage. Beyond immediate social interactions, there's often a deeper consideration of one's impact and what remains. Hidden Truth 4. The unexpected weight and sometimes relief of legacy. As the horizon draws closer, thoughts about legacy, what we leave behind, naturally arise. This isn't always about grand achievements or large estates. It's often much more personal. It can involve a desire to share family history, pass down values or skills, or simply ensure that cherished memories aren't lost. There's often a deep longing to feel that one's life mattered, that lessons learned can benefit others. But this can also bring unexpected complexities. There's the practical aspect of dealing with accumulated possessions, deciding what to keep, what to pass on, what to discard. This process can be emotionally taxing, stirring up memories and forcing confrontations with mortality. It can also be difficult to know if younger generations value the same items or stories that we hold dear. Furthermore, while the desire to share wisdom is strong, finding receptive audiences isn't always straightforward. Adult children might be busy with their own lives, grandchildren might seem uninterested, and the pace of modern life can make it hard to find opportunities for those deep, reflective conversations. There can be a quiet frustration in feeling one has valuable insights to offer, but struggling to find the right way or the right ears to share them. Conversely, there can also be a sense of relief, a letting go of the need to constantly prove oneself or achieve more externally, and a quiet satisfaction in the life already lived, focusing instead on inner peace and present relationships. This grappling with legacy, in all its facets, is a significant internal landscape of later life. Amidst these potentially challenging truths, however, lies a powerful counterpoint, perhaps the most important hidden truth of all. Hidden Truth 5. Discovering unexpected depths of resilience and inner strength. While discussions about aging often focus on potential losses or declines, what frequently gets overlooked is the incredible resilience, adaptability, and inner strength that often surfaces and develops in later life. Having weathered decades of life's storms, personal challenges, societal changes, economic downturns, health issues, losses, equips individuals with a deep wellspring of coping skills and perspective that might surprise even themselves. There's often a quiet tenacity, a refusal to be defined solely by age or limitations. People discover new hobbies, forge new friendships, adapt to changing circumstances with remarkable grace, and find ways to contribute meaningfully even when traditional roles shift. There's frequently a deepened capacity for gratitude for simple things, a clarity about what truly matters, and a letting go of anxieties that plagued younger years. This isn't about pretending difficulties don't exist. It's about recognizing that alongside the challenges, there is often a parallel growth in inner resources. It's the discovery that one is stronger, more adaptable, and more capable of finding contentment amidst imperfection than perhaps previously believed. It's the quiet confidence born not of arrogance, but of successfully navigating a long and complex life. This inner strength, this capacity for finding joy and meaning even amidst limitations, is perhaps the most profound and empowering hidden truth of all. Conclusion. Embracing the full picture. So, the experience of life after 70, like all life stages, is rich, complex, and far removed from simple stereotypes. It involves a recalibrated sense of time, a constant negotiation with the physical body, navigating shifting social landscapes and roles, contemplating legacy, and importantly, often discovering surprising depths of inner strength and resilience. Acknowledging these hidden truths isn't about focusing on the negative. It's about painting a more realistic, compassionate, and ultimately more hopeful picture. Understanding these nuances can help foster greater empathy between generations and perhaps equip us all to navigate our own later years with more awareness and intention. It reminds us that vitality, growth, connection, and meaning are possible throughout the entire lifespan, even as the specific challenges and joys evolve. What hidden truths resonate with your own experience or observations? Are there other aspects of life after 70 you feel are often misunderstood? We learn so much from sharing. Please add your voice and perspective in the comments below. If this conversation offered some valuable insight, please give the video a like and subscribe to Elderly Wisdom for more honest reflections on the journey of aging. Sharing this video can help broaden understanding and foster more meaningful conversations about later life. Thank you for joining us today and for engaging with these often unspoken realities. May we all embrace the fullness of each life stage with honesty, courage, and compassion. Until next time, be well.